Hey, Patricia. I'm gluing before I go to bed so I can relax. You guys know how that goes. Hi, Lisa. I had this cardboard left over from thin cardboard, left over from my workshop over the weekend. So I decided to glue some blues and purples down because I'm working on a journal and it has kind of sort of the theme of that color. Hey, Patty. Of course you're awake. It's starting to get nippy down here. I'm liking it. It's been so stinking hot. I think I'm gonna, before I go to bed, I gotta get my fern that's out by my little birdie fountain. They said we might get a freeze tonight, a slight freeze, so. But then it's gonna be nice. I mean, when I say nice, I mean above freezing the rest of the week, so I can bring it back out. I know I like to get up in the morning and go outside, take a deep breath, and it's all kind of, got the little chill. I love that. My dogs like it too. They don't like the heat. They become really lazy mutts. And then my poor the older guy with the arthritis, him and we just look at each other. We sympathize with each other. I go, I know, I can't move either today. And we go sit out on the porch together in the sun. So our body parts will work. We had so much fun. At least I did. I don't know the participants had as much fun as I did. But I had a lot of fun this weekend with the workshop. What I think is so cool is I have this big old table in the kitchen area where I threw all the stuff out there, for them to decorate with. And everybody had access to the same stuff. And we used the same exact book and the basic techniques, on the book and the pages. And then, all the stuff I had out there for them was to, make it their own, like to decorate it or design the cover and things like that. And not one person's even remotely close to the other ones. It's so cool to see how people interpret, the same stuff. And, see it completely different. It's really cool to see that. Oops. So each class, I made a book along with them as I was showing them. So I've got a few books now. And they don't look alike either, which is kind of cool. They're my own books, but I made 3 different ones, and None of them look alike. I'll show you the covers in a second. That will not be divulging anything. I've been filming for the course, and today I was going to start editing because I'd finished filming, and I didn't have the mindset. It was too pretty outside, and I wanted to do some cleaning up outside, and so most of the time was in my yard. So, and I think it's going to be pretty again tomorrow during the day, so I don't know. I may not want to do it then either. But it's got to get done. Hey, Miss Jennifer. Miss Jennifer. Hi, Annie. All right. So, now what? I have these, what were these two? I guess it was some kind of a, whoops, Audubon type of thing, because it shows plants and birds and everything. So I just thought I'd tear out maybe some words from here, maybe. Stick them on here. These eventually are going to be some kind of a, either a tag or a tuck spot or something after I cut them up for the new journal I'm working on. Whoops. No, there's plenty of us here with weird hours. We're the weird hour people. Here is the wood wobbler. We don't have those here. Well, if we do, I don't know what they look like. Ooh, the nighthawk. I wouldn't know if we had that either, but I think it sounds cool. Where's my trash? Where's my trash? Somebody the other day, you guys remind me, you're probably there at some live. I can't remember. Oh, well, I don't remember it all. But they were talking about these, you know, the old albums, photo albums. And it had a compartment on the bottom. And I knew I had one put away. And I used to have my studio in the maid house up in a converted attic. And so I still, believe it or not, I still have stuff up there. Now that it's cooled down, I told my husband, I have to either bring that stuff over here or get rid of it. Just, quit having stuff all over the place. But anyway, so I went looking over there because I knew I had it and it wasn't over here. Oh, a Roadrunner. I like Roadrunners. They're so cute. Anyway, I went over there and I found it. I knew I had it. It was a certain one that had a compartment on the bottom. And it doesn't have the music box in there, but those compartments in the bottom, somebody had said they were like, I don't know what, anyway, they were saying they were something, but what they really are little compartments where there used to be a solid piece over the top with a little round area, and then inside was a little music box. And then if you happen to run into one of those, just turn them upside down, and there's going to be a hole in the bottom, like the size of a pencil maybe. And that's where the little key was that you would turn for the music box. Well, mine does not have the music box in it. I only wish it did. But they're still kind of cool anyway. So the other day, where was I? I don't know. Some craft place. It was more like a week ago, not the other day. Maybe 2 weeks ago. Time flies. But I noticed that they have a little thing in there where you can record. It's a little digital thing that you can record, sort of like those gift cards that you can get. You can open up and it has music, or you can record something on it. So I was thinking, nobody steal my idea before I can do it. On those albums that are supposed to be, a music box in there, you could record, some kind of music, and then have something that you lift up, and then the music would play like the original music box did. Don't you think that would be cool? I think so. Hey, Linda. Oh, who am I missing? I'm missing people. I'm looking down again. You got to come back. You got to come back to my studio and play. Whoops. You're still close enough, Okay. Well, I had some Texas ladies come up this weekend, and those Texas ladies, they know how to party, and they bring the party with them, and they leave party items behind, because they brought me a whole bunch of tamales. Woohoo! Guess what I had for supper tonight? Texas tamales. Okay, what else can I put there? Hey, the other ladies came 7 hours, but they stayed at a hotel. Well, see, if I clear up upstairs so that it doesn't look like a, what do you call it? What does it look like right now? Well, it looks like storage is what it looks like. So I can clean it up. There'd be a place to actually have people stay. All right. Cardinal. Ooh, I love the cardinal. We have lots of cardinals here. Lots of cardinals. And we have a next to the studio here, we have a vacant lot that is ours. And my husband he gets crazy ideas. I mean, they're good ideas, but ideas that aren't ever going to happen. He thinks way outside the whole box. He's in a different warehouse. Forget the box. He's in a different warehouse. But he's always teasing about, oh, we should put up a little tiny house next door, and then people can stay in the tiny house. And I said, do you know how much a tiny house costs? They're not cheap. He says, oh, we can build it. I said, yeah, we have so much time to build a tiny house. By the time we finish it, we're going to have to just hook it up to a vehicle and take off and use it ourselves. That would be fun, actually. We could go on the road in a tiny house. How about that? Hey, Patty. Tiny house caravan. What do you say? You probably have the vehicle. My husband and I can build a tiny house, and we can go on the road. I mean, my background is construction. My husband knows electrical and plumbing. It would be so cute. Okay. I need a few more little words here. Where did the ladies come from? Uh-oh. Let me think now. Good question. You know, when you just talk to people and you don't like get a letter in your hand, you forget where people exactly are. Let me see. But they came, let's see, they came, the same ladies, well, the same ladies have been here like 3 times. I think they like to hit the road. The mountain bluebird. Where's that? Oh, that's over on the West Coast. That's okay. We don't discriminate against the West Coast. Then I was telling my husband, well, if the weather allowed it year round, I would like to have a yurt. I've always wanted to have a yurt. And it's, pretty cool where, in areas where, you don't get really, really cold weather or really, really hot weather, which, ta-da, it's not our area. Otherwise, then you got to invest again, with heaters and air conditionings. And by then, you might as well build a house, But I think the yurts are so cool. Once upon a time, I wanted to live in one. If I lived in a climate that, that was conducive to it, I think it'd still be a cool idea. Oh, a yurt is it's sort of like a dome-shaped octagon thingamajigger that is made of a very, very thick canvas and a frame of of wood that not like a conventional home at all, because there's no right angles in this. It's all arched and curved, and in a lot of really neat areas, even around this country, in like camping areas or wilderness areas, they have them set up, and they're really, really cool. I mean, they're really, really cool. And when we lived in Hawaii, there was a company there that had set them up. It was really cool. Okay. This was the plan. This is the plan. And they come in all different sizes, starting at the diameter would be, I think the smallest I've seen is 15 feet. And the largest I've seen, at least there, I'm sure they make them bigger, but the largest I saw was 45 feet. Okay, so here was the plan. Because now, in Hawaii, you don't need air conditioning and you don't need a heater. Okay, so this was the plan. Watch the plan. So put a yurt here, and then you put a yurt here, and you put a yurt here, and you put a yurt there. And because it's you know, the weather is really cool, right? Then here and here is just going to be, and you go all the way up because they're kind of high also. And so in this section, it would be all screened in because, you do have the mosquitoes over there. And so it would be all screened in. So this would be the common area. And so everybody would have their own little place. I guess it's what you call a commune. I don't know. But but here would be all your little common area, and you could come in and stay out of all the elements. And I just thought it would be a super, super duper cool thing to have. And at the time over there, we had parrots, and I envisioned this being like one big giant aviary with some trees in there and the birds flying around. And, you know, you know, people have fantasies. So that was mine. That was mine. But they set them up like in places like Alaska. They're all over the world, basically. And they have like propane heaters and stuff, up in areas where it's cold, and they're just, to me, they're kind of exotic. You're roughing it in one sense, but they're just really cool. I like them. Well, it's not a teepee because there's no point. Everything is kind of rounded like and arched, but they're just cool. They're just cool. They used to be kind of on the cheap side. I haven't looked in probably like 10 years. Like everything else, they've probably gotten expensive. Ooh, cedar waxwing. Say that fast. Cedar waxwing. Cedar waxwing. I'm okay. Yeah, just your average hippie dream. I think that would look cute there. Anyway, Patty, my Texas ladies, they might be seeing you this spring down in Texas. I think they're getting some rooms. I was surprised there was some rooms left. No, they're really cool. They're really, really cool. Look it up. Yurt. And you'll be very surprised. I had heard about them, for years, and just, in one ear, out the other. And then when we moved to Hawaii and we'd go driving around, I saw this one that was set up, and it was two of them. And then they were connected with the breezeway. And I thought, oh, how cool is that? So I went to go look it up just to see, I'm nosy that way. I looked it up on the internet, and I'm going, I wonder how much these cost. And then I saw there was one on the island I lived on the side of the island where I lived on, practically, in my backyard. These people were making these yurts. So he lets you call him up, and he had what I would call like a compound. And he had various ones, different sizes, and one was his office, one was his home, one was his gym. He had a couple of acres, and they were just like all over the place. And he would let you walk through all of them to get a feel for the size and what you could fit inside of them and things like that. It was so cool. He says about the only thing that was sort of like, ooh, here's a bohemian waxwing. About the only thing he said was when it came to furniture, you don't have, because it kind of goes down, like a kind of an arch at the, at the bottom. You can't butt things up obviously against the wall. So you have to have things kind of out, which leaves for space that you have to learn. You got to be inventive, like turn those into like storage spaces and things like that that you get from the sides. And but it just takes creativity, a little ingenuity of, how to use your space, make the most of your space, in other words. So, it isn't for people that like the status quo. It's for people that, like to be innovative and kind of, I guess like you say, hippy dippy people, those kind of things don't bother you. Okay. Hey, Linda, who am I missing? Who am I missing? All right, so that's all the cardboard I have left. And I only want to do one side. I don't think I have any more. Let me double check. No, these are my other things I had. These are cardboard. So I can't do that. I do have some cards I can do. Oh, the weather was so good. I was busy dyeing too. I did some. I think I'll use some of these. I don't know what color this is coming across, but it's sort of like a bluish purplish color. Oh, there's Kathy. Kathy, where do you live? What town? I was just talking about you guys. Yeah, I was talking about. Okay, there's where she lives, Bedford. Bedford. I would have never remembered that. Yeah, I was telling him that you might be going down to what you call it in the spring. Black. I guess what I had for supper today. Tamales from Texas. They were yummy. I was going to have some yesterday, but my husband, well, there's a guy here that is thinking of buying a semi-truck. And my husband is quite familiar with them. And so he asked him to go with him to go check it out. And so they went. And so then he took my husband out to lunch. Whenever he takes my husband out to lunch, he always makes sure that he buys something for me and then sends it home with my husband. Well, he brought home this big old thing of sushi. I just like had a heart attack. I was so excited. So instead of the tamales, I said, well, tamales can wait a day. Fresh sushi cannot wait a day. So that's what happened. Hey, Jean. What are you going to do over there, Kathy? Over in Waco Wacko. Are you on the hunt? I need some more. Oh, I have this giant book I keep pulling stuff out of, and it never gets used up. Look at this giant book. Ooh, there's purple. Ooh, and there's blue. And of course, you have to give up the back side, but there's so much in here, I guess it doesn't matter. Look at that. Hello. Purple. Let me get this page. Yeah, that's okay. Hey, Zoe. We're just gabbing about food, yurts, gluing, Texas, tamales. What else? Being a hippie. We cover a lot of ground. Okay, that's enough for now. I hope there's an L in that word, Kathy. I hope it isn't savage. I hope. Well, you never know. It might be. Hey, Jean. Uh-oh. Well, purple's in the back now. I want to use the white. Kathy, I was telling him how all the journals that you ladies made all came out so different. Hey, a chickadee. A chickadee. How cute. Okay, Aaron, who used to talk about chickadee? Who used to talk about his little chickadee? Yep, gluing. Gluing is fun. Oh, I like that. Looks like a little arch. Well, how cute is that? Okay, Aaron's a winner again. Ooh. You know, Kathy, I haven't even left the house since you guys were here. I was planning on going tomorrow, so I was going to go check it out. Kathy brought the coolest, ugliest, neatest gauze, and she got it at the Dollar Tree, you know, because of Halloween stuff. It was so cool. And I told her I was going to go check mine out, and I haven't even left the house since Sunday. I like how that came out. I like it. Hey, Max. What time? You must get up early. What time is it? Where'd my other ones go? There they are. No, it must be late. I get too confused. Anyway, never mind. Never mind what I just said. It's probably backwards. Oh, it is savage. See, I knew I had it backwards, Max. Okay, sorry about that. It's just the right time. I told my husband, I got to get out more. As I was telling him, you guys find all this cool stuff. And he says, well, how can you find anything when you stay at home? I guess he's got a point. There's just so many things I want to do. I can't do it all if I leave the house. Everything I want to do is here. So, what to do, what to do. Ooh, here's a nice little annual. Jean's busy. Let's start gluing. Let's start gluing. I don't think I need any more than that. I'm only making one journal with these colors. I don't want to overdo it. Then I'll cut them up and sew them tomorrow. Okay. I'll show you the journals we worked on this weekend. They were fun. I'm not sure if they're done yet. I forgot if I put the pages, if I put the signatures in already or not. I mean, they're sitting there. I can't remember if I sewed them all in. Oh. Are you going to do the plaster on the board books? Oh. What do you mean brave enough? Poppycock. Okay. Which one should I show you first? Oh, I don't even know where my original one is. Hold on, let me go see. What did I do with it? I lost everything. Oh, here it is. Okay. This will be a teaser for my up and coming class, online class. Oh. You can see all the different things you can do with it. Let me get all this junk out of the way. Let me get all the junk out of the way. And I do mean junk. You can see people were having fun here with the plaster. I didn't even put new paper because I knew I was gonna make a big mess too. Uh-oh. Oopsie. Oopsie whoopsie. All right. The shalakalaka, very good. Okay. Make sure they're in view. Maybe yes, maybe no. You go that way. The shellac ones are fun. It's all fun. Everything's fun. Okay, I did one that was dimensional, and so we'll be showing how to do that one. But these are all altered existing books. Well, these three are. These are just altered existing books. And what we did is we played with plaster and all kinds of good stuff. And we did our pages. Already coughing on the plaster. We did pages on fabric. I mean, pages on fabric. We did plaster on fabric, on canvas, on cotton. We did it on tablecloths, doilies, dinner napkins, you name it, we did it. Yes, we did the lace too. Nothing is sacred in this house. If I can grab it, it's going to get plastered. Oh, okay. So I go step by step, how we make this. Now, same book, exact same book. And this was what I made. I forget which class, one of them. Anyway, and so instead of putting something dimensional on it, I just left the first layer alone and then glued things onto it. I left on this one, I left the binding, the binding, the, you know what I'm saying? Hello, can't think anymore tonight. The, anyway, plain. And then instead of putting plaster, I just put paper because the time, when you're trying to do all of this within a certain time frame with a class, you kind of have to improvise. But there could have been plaster back there too. And I did sew these in. Yeah, I did. And some more of, the pages for the plaster and stuff like that. Just all nice and ready. Good night, Erin. And more of the same, but just showing you can adapt it and do a little different. And then this one, it's the same book. I haven't decided what I'm going to do on the back part yet. If I'm going to put plaster or paper or cloth or whatever. And so here I just used a couple of the pieces of my rusty stuff. And then in a swap a long time ago, with Janet Heritage. I don't know if you ladies know who she is, but everybody should know who Janet is. Unfortunately, she doesn't do YouTube, um, she's just very low key, but I think she's one of my favorite, um, individuals that I've ever swapped with. She's just extremely talented. And so she had swapped this little page with me, and it's just sitting on my shelf. And I said, you know what? It's just sitting there. So I decided to glue it on the cover. And I didn't want to glue it flat because she did both sides, and I didn't, want to glue the downside. So I put it on a hinge so that I could open it. And then this is the side of her work. And because she was already doing the feather thing, I figured I'd just go ahead and put my peacock feather there. And night, Erin, and go for it. So this is plaster. This is still just the cover right there. And whoops, I got to figure out how to. I have to put a little something to hold that shut when you're opening the book. And again, this is ready to do your thing in this. I put a little piece of my eco dyed fabric, and that was that. And with the those books she got, that's what we used. That's what I used to do these. And these were all done with plaster also. And those are just those books, those card books. And they come in all different sizes, and they're super cheap. So we go through step by step of how we can accomplish these covers with plaster. So it was a lot of fun putting that together. But now I have to edit the whole darn thing, which is going to give me a headache and a half. But as soon as I get it all edited, well, then I'll be offering that. But I just think it's so much fun playing with all this plaster stuff, especially because you get to get all kind of dirty and everything. It is kind of dirty. It's dirty and dusty, but I like how it looks and how it feels. You got 8 pounds? Oh my gosh. Are you going to make a statue or what? Well, that one bag we used, that one I got in a clearance aisle too. So I don't remember what I paid for it, but it was pretty cheap. I don't think it was that cheap. I don't think I paid $1.50 for it. And oh, I forgot this one. Hello. And so this was also done with one of those little boards. And then this is plaster back here. And this is all plaster too. But it's sealed, so it has a whole different look than the other ones. And this was some of those boards I was just gluing with. These are a lot of fun to play with. I really enjoy making these. Oh, anyway, I think I'm done gluing. "13-hour drive." Wow. That's a long drive. Yeah, you better go take a nap. Hey, Tanya. I need a drink of water. Too much dust. Are you still here, Patty? Oh, excuse me. I had to drink that. I was going to show Patty that thing I found next door. Okie dokie. I'm going to go get that. That one that I have next door, that I had next door. Hold on. See how it has a little hole right there. And that's where the little key, the crank, would be for the what you call it, the music box. And it says, I guess those are the names of the songs: Sweet Anne Moore and The Absent-Minded Beggar. And it says manufactured in Switzerland. So those probably had 2 songs in it. Oh yeah, it says right there too. And so so it was, most of these you find, they're all torn up because this thing is so top heavy. And then it has, now watch, there's no place for it to really land. And so it pulls on this. And then that was where the little music thingamajigger was. And there was the hole for that. And so you'd play your music. But it's just so big and clunky and so convoluted. It's crazy. But the design is just, it's horrible because look, there's the nail that kept that in there. But this is so heavy. It needed to have like a little something that this could sit on, or make it thicker, because this is thinner than this is high, so it doesn't hit the ground and it pulls and it gets it all off of wackadoodle. So, but I think these are, it's super cool. So I guess I'm gonna try and repair this. I got this way before I ever did, the journal stuff. And I actually kind of sort of forgot about it. And then when somebody showed one with the music, I go, wait a minute. I have one of those things somewhere in my other room. So yeah, I gotta, the corners need to be repaired. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do about that. And it's that celluloid. I'm surprised this thing isn't all chewed up and messed up, but, and then this got all pulled because when they open it, yeah, it's just a bad design, period. But I just thought it was so pretty. It looked like someone out in the country in Romania or Yugoslavia or something. She has that beautiful shawl and all this really pretty dress. I just thought it was so pretty. It's all my favorite colors too. But anyway, so that'll be that's on my list. My list of projects. Oh my gosh. Sure, you're Patty. Come on, you find everything. Patty knows where everything is. She knows all the rocks by name. She knows what's under every rock. How many things are on my list? Oh my gosh. I have hours and hours and hours of editing that I have to do for the workshop I did. And then I have all these kits I'm putting together. I have half, no, I don't even have half the stuff cut, not even close. I got to figure out what's going in those kits, what size they're going to be, what price they're going to be, and get that all together. And I have to finish some Asian journals I'm working on. I get that done. And then I'm working on a little prototype of this thing that I got. Oh, it's been about 2 weeks ago, I guess. No, longer than that. And it's so weird because I got it. It's got to be longer. No, a lot longer than 2 weeks, probably over a month. And I just thought it was kind of cute. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what you did with it, but I thought it was cute. And I opened it up and I go, hey, I think I could really kind of make one of these and then put a journal inside of it and make it kind of unique and have a little house for the journal. And then I forget if it was last night or the other night, Jessica was on and she was showing the thing that all of her bank stuff papers had come in that she was selling. And that's the thing I have. I didn't know what it was. And I go, I have one of those things. I didn't know. It was so funny. And so at least now I know what it is. I mean, what it's for. It's for filing, I guess, stuff in a bank or something like that. And I just thought it'd be really cool to try and make one. I'll go get it real quick. I know exactly where it is. And I know it'd be simple to make. I mean, the principle is simple. Now, hers had nothing but banknotes and correspondence and all that kind of, it's kind of big. And I don't think I can lift it up to show you the back. Well, let me do it slowly. See, the camera doesn't go crazy. Well, no, you still can't see it anyway. But that's the back of it. And it just says Scotch Easy Clasp File. And then it says letters. And then you could, if they wrote on there from who and to whom. And this is, this one says A to Z. And has a little leather tabby thingy there. And then on this end, it had that already on there. But it has a clasp. And the back, it's just, same thing. And then you open it up. Now, hers was a little different. Hers didn't flap. The one she had didn't flap, I don't think, flap right here. I think it flapped all the way to the back when she opened hers up. And then it has this file system in here. And in her boxes, these were filled with all the stuff, the correspondence and things from the bank. And, but Mine came empty. How sad. So sad. But, and see, it's really hard to get to this here. Hers was easy because it opened all the way back. But you can see this little thingamajigger right here. And it's sort of like it's a little, whoops, thing that comes undone. And then when you undo it, then you can lift these completely out if you need to. It goes up and they come out, which I don't want to take them out because then I might tear it. But it's just cool. So I thought that use the same kind of principle and make something like this, but then you'd have your nice journal in there and close it up, and you know what I mean? I just thought it was kind of cool. So that's another thing on the list. I cut out some cardboard already with the dimensions, but I haven't like put it together to see if it works. I've just cut the parts out. But yeah, journal in a box. But it's kind of big because it's almost 12 inches this way. And it is 12 inches this way. Wait a minute. What? Not almost. More than. No. No. How come it looks? Oh, man. I must be getting sleepy. Anyway. Okay. So it's 11 and a half this way. 12 this way. And it is 3 inches deep. So no, Patty, no. It takes too long to do stuff like that, and I get real slow pokey, and I honestly can't do stuff like this live because my dyslexia makes me make 101 mistakes when it comes to measuring and cutting and putting together. I'll put it together upside down 10 times before I get it right. So there's no way I'm doing it live. No way at all. Oh. Oh, and the side I think is really kind of cool. I don't know if I'll be able to do it justice, but this part, you know, when it's closed, it's flush. So you have to create this. Whoops! You have to create this little lip right here, and so that'll be fun. I'll be really happy if I can accomplish that. Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. But anyway, it's funny. I get it, you know, just because obviously it's interesting and don't really know what it is or what it's for. And then last night I see Jess, I go, oh my gosh, that's what that thing is. Surprise, surprise. You learn something new all the time. Where was that? Oh, I don't even know where it is anymore. Oh, I think I'm getting sleepy. Finally. What's wrong, Patty? Oh, my eyes are watering too. I think it's all the dust from the plaster. There's too much on here. Yeah, you do that. Kathy, let me know. I wish I could find one full of stuff. Let me tell you, I wish I could. Everything I find is always empty. You know, like a music box with no music. A bank box with no bank information. Story of my life. Anyway, so I've been busy cutting up all my cantha quilts. I've been cutting up my trim that I got, those dangly things I showed you guys one time. I've been cutting that up. I've been sorting out all my little jewels and dangles and all that kind of stuff. And what else? So yeah, I just got all those things on the list. And I guess my biggest problem is concentrating, because I can't like do one thing and get it done, because I just can't. My mind doesn't work that way. So I have to have like about at least 4 projects going on at one time. So when I get bored, I just hop on over to the other one. And so it looks like nothing's getting done, and then all at the same time, they're all done at one time. So that's just the way I operate. Poor Jennifer. Jennifer, what did you miss? Did you see this? Did you see it, Jennifer? Notice the orange? Did you miss that, Jennifer? We had an auction. You missed it. Poor Jennifer. Yeah. It only went for $25. No, that's just for the postage. Just kidding. I was just showing it. We didn't sell it. I got to fix it up and figure out what I'm going to do with it. But I thought you'd appreciate the orange. Did you see the plaster journals? I'm just teasing you, Jennifer. Did you see the plaster journals? I know you've gotten several of mine. Did you see the ones that I made for the class? Oh, yeah, for you, it'd be $50 postage. I forgot Canada. Yeah, that's postage within the United States. Okay, here's one from the class. Unlike the ones that you've gotten, these are all made from altered books. Here's another one from the class. Here's another one from the class. And there's another one. Exactly, New Zealand. Oh, dear. Yeah, that would be something. And then I showed a box to everybody, which is going to be fun. I'm going to try and figure out how to make one. Were you watching Jessica last night? Was it last night? I got my nights confused. I remember she showed this box. If you were there, she showed a box, something like this. And all the stuff that she got from that bank. That bank information was in stuff like these. Anyway, I had one. I didn't know what it was. So at least now I know what it is. And I'm going to try and... I've been taking the dimensions, and I'm going to try and put one together, see if I can make one. And then the goal is to put a journal with some other goodies in there. A bento journal. There you go. A bento journal. That's what I'll call it, a bento journal. Yeah, Kathy, you keep your eye out there. The whole thing, though, is you got to find it before Patty does. I think Patty's like those bugs that have eyes in the back of their head. She finds everything. So you need to get some kind of like a camera, a GoPro, and attach it to the back of your head. And then have your phone hooked up to it so you can be seen when you move your head back and forth. You know what you passed up. Yes, Patty, it's a contest now. While you're in your spot over there selling, they're going to be on the hunt looking to buy. Ten minutes from the beach. Oh my goodness. I think we all need to go visit Tanya. Tanya, you got a yurt on your property? We could all pitch in and buy a yurt and just kind of like take it around the world with us and put it up. Jennifer, do you have yurts up there where you are? You have nicer weather than, other parts of Canada. Well, people, we've been on over an hour. We did gluing, we did show and tell. Like Christmas and summertime. Yeah, but see, what you do have down there that I'm very envious is all the eucalyptus because I do the eco dyeing. And to me, that does the prettiest prints. And where I am, you can get some through the florist, but because as you know, there's all types of eucalyptus, and because there's so many types, I don't know which type, are the ones that print the best. And I was talking with the florist here, and we looked through the list, and we just looked at each other and go, never mind. It was like 700 different species. It's like, okay, I have no idea the name of any of them. Good night. Oh, Linda. Linda's leaving. Good night, Linda. Yeah, that's what I would love to get some of those, or at least the name, so I could tell the florist, okay, this is the name of the species. Can you get me some? Because he's gotten me like two or three, excuse me, different kinds, and they weren't the right ones. They were not the right ones. Yeah, find out. I know within the United States we can. I contacted and they said, yeah, you can send the leaves. But I don't know where there are any around here. Like I say, there's so many different kinds. There was this one in California, Dawn, where she lived. They had some in the immediate area, but now she's moved, so my eucalyptus connection's gone. And it was funny because One time she sent me some and they print really good. And then the next time she sent me some and they didn't do anything. I said, Dawn, did you get the second batch from the same tree? And she goes, no. And I said, I could tell because the second one didn't print. So it's funny how they all different have different amounts of tannin in them. And some print really, really well, and others just don't do anything. Okay, I will. I will do that. Thank you. Do you know which ones print? Do you know which ones print? I know the ladies that print down there, they have the one that is almost looks like a silver dollar, and then another one that is elongated, has a longer leaf, and then one that has the little like they're not berries, but you know what I mean, they're little round things on them. I don't know if those are the buds or if that is a actual fruit on the eucalyptus tree or what it is. But the one that has that, it prints really well too. I can't think right now. And I got me some little small little silver dollar ones. Well, I just call them that, silver dollar ones. And they didn't print at all. They were the basic shape, but they were small. And the ones that the ladies print with are, probably about that big. And the ones I ended up getting were about that size. And they didn't print. Okay. It's a long process, Tanya. There is a quick way to test plants. It If you get a piece of paper, preferably like mixed media paper, and spray the paper with a little bit of what vinegar and water, like half and half vinegar, white vinegar and half water, and then just mist the paper. Then put the leaf on there, and then put another paper on top of that. And then if you have like a Teflon mat or something, put that on top of that. And with your iron, your household iron, iron it and until it gets, pretty heated up. Keep checking every now and then within, a minute or so. And then let it cool down a tiny bit because you don't want to burn anything. And then do it several times and then lift it up. And if you start seeing a transfer of color, then you know it has enough tannin in it. That's one way to test, because to do it the real way takes hours. You got to boil them or steam them or bake them and all this stuff. But that's just one way a quick test to see if a leaf has enough tannin to do the printing. So I know they're everywhere, just like the cockatoos, right? Cockatoos and eucalyptus, they're everywhere. I used to have a cockatoo. We used to take in neglected, unwanted, or abused parrots for a while there, for about 10 years. And those cockatoos are loud. Extremely loud. I remember one time we got new neighbors, and when I say neighbors, I'm talking about maybe 10 houses down. And the cockatoo went on some kind of she was just having fun doing her regular screaming. And I guess the people thought somebody was being hurt in our house and called the police, thinking some lady was getting strangled or something or being beat up. And here comes the cops knocking at the door, and they're going, we have a report of a disturbance here. And of course, when the police showed up, the bird got completely quiet, wasn't making a sound. And when they came to the door, she was sitting in her cage like she didn't know what was going on. Lock her up. She was locked up already. Okay, people, it is almost 1 o'clock for me in the morning. I went to bed way too late last night. Had to get up early. Think I might actually leave the house tomorrow. Oh, that's right. It's already Thursday. So did I leave the house already? Being that you live in the future, did I leave the house already? My husband always wanted to go to Australia. I don't know why we never went. Oh, I got bargains. Yay! Excellent. I'm so excited to go to bed and get up now. I can't wait. Yay! Well, on that happy note, I think I need to go to bed. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining me and keeping me company for a while I did some unwinding from the day. And oh, and look at these cool stamps I got from a D-stash. I'm gonna have fun with these. It's got the birds and the trees. And look how pretty this stamp is. It's called Moon and Sun because it could be clouds over the sun or over the moon. I think that's really cool. So I'm going to have fun with that with my personal journal. So again, thanks you guys for keeping me company. I'll keep you posted on the bento journal, the bento journal, and whatever else I'm doing. Oh, and I got to get my I'm working on cutting all the stuff up for the Silk Road collection. And that's about it for now. All right. Thanks, ladies. Good night.